What's going on today? Today's a day.
Today is a day.
We've had,
I'm going to cry. It's
the
just
last
going to
24
start.
hours.
I'm already starting right now. And we haven't even started.
I mean, no one that's tuning into our true crime podcast right now is probably super thrilled. But the Toronto Blue Jays made it to the World Series for the first time in 32 years last night.
Yeah.
And it was actually one of the fucking most exciting things I've ever experienced in my life. And I only watched it on my phone.
And you not being a sports person at all.
Right. So that's it. It's only a little bit amplified for you.
There's no, and you're not like I could have sent you, some pirated links to get the game on, but you went to a whole.
I paid for a subscription.
Yeah.
18 Canadian dollars.
Nice.
Yeah, plus taxes.
Which is like at least $6 American. Not too bad. Not too bad.
It's like dig around your couch. That's what it costs.
You watched it here alone. On your phone,
Mm-hmm.
and you were amped like that as a non-sports person.
I could have thrown up at any given point.
Yes.
Yeah, like if somebody had said, could you vomit on cue right now? I'd have been like, yes, absolutely I can.
It's just we were down for so long, and then we get to the seventh
By
inning.
one, though.
I know.
And then in the seventh inning, we got... we got two guys. Okay, guys.
Jimenez, number
this
0.
This is not what you tuned in for, but
give her.
We got two people on base,
Yep.
and then I don't know any of their names anymore, but the third guy got up and he sacrificed himself with a bunt so that he could get those runners on second and third.
She said bunt. Stop it. Continue.
And so he was out, so we've got one down, and we've got runners on second and third.
Sack bunt.
And then this guy that I now know his name is Springer got up and did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yep.
And he hit a homer, and all three of them went in. So he
hit a homer to a guy wearing a George Springer jersey. Like it was just, I have goosebumps right now. And then they won, and I just started crying. I can't even talk right now.
I literally said, I don't know how to talk anymore.
I do.
And I was like,
I could not have spoken last night.
I think I meant speak. I don't know.
Well, I didn't want you to think I didn't want to talk to you. So I tried to make it sound like I couldn't speak. There were no words that were able to come out.
But then you said off. So
yeah, true.
No, that was a separate issue. I meant. Yeah, so it was epic. It's been, 32 years. It's really hard for the Blue Jays to get into the World Series because of the league that they're in. So we never see it. We haven't seen it since 93.
Boston. You ever heard of any of them?
So welcome to our
So we're in,
podcast.
this will air, I believe, on Tuesday, meaning probably, I believe there'll be 3 games. So hopefully.
On Tuesday, I will be in Kingston again doing the Kingston Penn tour.
Nice.
Yep.
That's exciting.
I just love to hang out where Paul Bernardo was. And that's a segue, actually.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was there.
He was, along with Russell Williams.
Wilson?
Yeah. Who else? There's been a bunch of...
Was that guy from Penticton in there? That big guy? The pig farmer guy?
Oh, you're talking about Picton, Robert Picton. They called him Willie. No, he was in Alberta.
Oh, I was thinking... Never mind.
It was an out west
was the...
thing.
Right, okay. I was thinking that was the place.
Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing on Tuesday. But I don't think there's a game on Tuesday. Because I looked up the schedule. I think it's Monday and Wednesday.
I believe they are. I thought it was Friday.
No, I just mean I don't think there's a game on the 28th. Like in general.
Oh, correct. Yeah, it's 24. So it's Friday, Saturday.
I can't.
And then Friday, Saturday.
I'd have to stop my tour to start watching the Jays game.
Oh man. Oh, there's a game on the 28th. I'm sorry.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh,
at 8:00. In Dodger State. I can't believe we're playing the Dodgers. Like Shohei Ohtani, like this guy.
This is the Kendrick and Drake, like.
No, it's not. I don't want to do that because then we're gonna.
We don't want to be Drake's team.
I know.
I don't want to be Drake's team. I want to be
So
Kendrick's
who is
team.
coming out? Who is coming out? Because they're gonna get like Ice Cube. He's gonna do his LA thing. Like we need like I don't know who's the hardest Toronto repping.
Drake.
Oh, gotta be somebody else.
You.
Oh, great. We are screwed.
Get in there.
I mean, it's like, would you have any rock bands? Like, is Nick? No.
Headley's just out there peeing on everyone.
Is Anne Murray still alive? Honestly, she could go hard.
Canada's songbird.
Yeah, because she sang the national anthem at the World Series.
Let's get Celine.
She'd be a good one too.
Bieber.
Justin Bieber. When we have Shane Bieber on the team.
How no one in my life has told me that we had a Bieber on our team for this
new.
song?
He's new.
Okay.
Yeah,
because
we
I
just
was watching
got him.
it. But my friend who was watching the game with me did tell me that if he strikes someone out, they play.
Sorry.
Yes.
Is it too late now to say
I was like
sorry?
texting. I was like, "Is this? There's a Bieber on this team?" He's like, "Yeah." There's. I was like, "Why would no one?" That's literally my bread and butter.
Yeah. Well, but you're number 4, Charlie Hanson. Kidding.
Okay, so
Yeah,
now that we're done, that's our top of our show, sports talk,
Oh man.
sports hour.
I just can't.
I'm literally riding that wave still,
Yeah,
and I'm not even like
as you should. As you should. It is very, very exciting.
Have you just had like a perpetual boner for like 12 hours?
Honestly, well, like again, last night was very emotional. I was at my brother's place, so I was like, I didn't want to go full
Matt Man?
Yeah. So I kind of was like holding it in, but I think he could tell because I was just like, oh my God.
He's like, why does he keep going to the bathroom?
I got like whimpering and like my shoulders like go up like.
Why are all of our tissues gone?
Which I know, I guess guys are emotional, but I don't know. That's my number one caveman thing that I still hold on to that doesn't make sense in today's kind of society is men don't cry.
I think that if like, you have to be accepted in like it's bullshit. But if you have to be accepted for crying, I think a sports game is like people are like, yeah, that's super manly. Good for you.
Yeah, right. Okay, yes, the manliest.
Yeah.
That's right. I didn't cry when my parents died.
Yeah.
I didn't cry when my baby was born.
Yeah, I killed my own dog. So there you go.
I took Yeller out back.
But 32 years, we've never been in the World Series.
Even Vladdy was crying.
Oh my God, I watched all of those interviews. I have a crush on John Snyder now.
Hazel May, let's give her Emmy. She was incredible. She's just like tease everybody up. Not like, boy, today was a great game. You got to be pumped. She's like, you've been working on this team your whole life. How does this make you feel looking back on your career? Like, she just like, all right, now cry. Come on. It's so good. She's like,
she kept calling. She's like, Vladdy. That was getting on my nerves. I was like, hey, chill the fuck out. Like,
His Vladimir.
Yeah, like, settle down.
Vladimir Gallardo Jr.
Yeah, obviously. Seattle. Okay, we need to fucking chill out with the sports talk.
I know.
It might just sneak its way back in, though, guys. Like, we're full warning here.
Yeah, World Series. And just one more thing. I have severe FOMO when it comes to sports. For some reason, it's happened the last maybe 4 years or so.
Okay.
I have zero FOMO of the World Series. I have...
Like you don't want to go to it?
Yes, I have.
That's crazy.
Tickets went on sale this morning. I was going to look up and then I needed a different password that was going to be texted to me. And I was like, let's go blow the leaves. Doesn't matter. So I just kind of did some yard work.
Blew some Toronto Maple Leafs.
Blew the starting 5.
Matt Sundin, because that's where I
went down on Austin Matthews.
Goes when I think of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I went down on the super sweet himself, number 13.
I can understand that because I kind of felt the same with the Eras tour. Like it was so far beyond my reach that it kind of felt.
See, that's funny because I had major FOMO for there.
You were trying to help me get Eras tickets, but I just felt like it was just such a pipe dream. And it was. I didn't go.
Those were going to be like, I was going to hold those tickets over your head.
For sure you would have.
They weren't going to be free.
1,000%.
Yeah, it would have been like, oh my God, I dropped the tickets on the floor. Oh,
these are strings attached tickets.
Strings, yes, here's the strings attached tickets. What does that mean? What do you mean, what's that mean? I'm sorry, are you trying to trade sexual assault for Taylor Swift like a female empowerment?
I've been really trying, baby. Why do you always have that locked and loaded?
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah, enough Taylor, enough Blue Jays, no Rogers Center. So
today we're going to be recycling an episode that Haley and I did right out of the gate. This is for sure the case that got me into true crime.
This is the Mount Rush. This is on the Mount Rushmore.
This is my uncle was on this case.
Really?
Yeah, he had to watch these tapes.
No.
Yep. I've read all of the books.
My God, what like is he?
He's
like
the meanest man ever.
Mental institute? Like is
he's very jaded, and I always
you'd have to be.
Growing up, I was like, why is Uncle Ken so mean? And my parents are like, he's seen things.
Yeah.
And
wow, no.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing the Paul Bernardo and Karla Holmolka case today. Haley, this was the case that killed the podcast with Haley and I.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we did it, and we did it with Haley's sister-in-law, Dominique, and she's incredible. But Haley's baby screamed the entire time in the background. And it was when Tristan, Haley's husband, was producing the podcast, and he had the baby downstairs, and like he's like walking her back and forth, but you can still hear that like newborn scream. And it's like nothing gives a woman more anxiety than listening to Paul Bernardo and or hearing a newborn baby scream. And to have those two things combined is like, I can't imagine what people felt listening to that.
When see the royal you, not you specifically, but when like you're breastfeeding and like you hear a baby cry, sometimes like your boobs leak.
Yeah.
Is that, would it, if somebody was listening to our podcast and they were breastfeeding, would another baby's cry trigger that?
Very possibly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
We should be pranking people.
Could you imagine?
You know what Blink-182 does at their concert? They're like,
we can't force people to listen to specific episodes, so that's a problem.
During their concert, if you're listening to this out loud with an Amazon device, I am going to trigger the girl there, so just be careful of that. So take this off speaker right now. But they go, "Hey Alexa, text mom. I think you're f***ing hot," and then they go into like a song, and then
some of these things. I was watching a comedian, Mike Birbiglia.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea who I'm talking about?
Mike Birbiglia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have not actually even been him. I was just on a like stand-up comedian kick the other day, and one of the comedians that I watched in with Mike said he just kept screaming into the microphone, I want a big butt plug, but he was saying these specific terms and he kept repeating it, and like the audience would like start making noise, and he was like, shut up. He's like, I want a big butt plug, and he's like, enjoy your Instagram later. Because your phone's listening to all of that. He's like, now your ads are going to be really weird.
Oh, just training the algorithm.
Yeah, and now I have a really fancy new butt plug.
Oh, nice.
I mean, thank you to whoever that guy was.
You don't want a plain one.
No, I mean.
Yeah, what are you going to wear at weddings and like formal? You need a formal butt plug. I have always said that. You could quote me from early days.
Literally verbatim. That's what you've always said. So yeah, we're going to be doing the Paul Bernardo case today. I mean, I'm recycling my script here because, you know, we've had a hell of a week.
Yes, a little technical. I like to say snafu because I figure that covers a lot of it.
Snafus.
Yeah.
There's been snafus left, right, and center.
There's a couple of snafus.
So, you know, back when I was still sourcing the places that I got things from, I did get this from the book Deadly Innocence, another documentary called the Ken and Barbie documentary, the Toronto Sun, Wikipedia, the Buffalo News, and the Canadian Encyclopedia. Why do we have to have a different encyclopedia?
Ours has different pronunciations,
A,
like sorry and sorry. Yeah, A is EH. There's no letter A in our encyclopedia.
Do you have anything you want to touch on before we get into this?
No, I just had a bit of spot of feedback, but it can, should I do it?
Yeah,
okay.
Get into it.
Yeah, okay. I'll do a little spot of feedback on our last.
And are you even going to be listening to anything I'm saying because of what's happened in the last little bit?
What, with the Blue Jays?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm in a pretty good spot to listen to this, I think.
Okay.
On our Nickelodeon episode, from some feedback on, or some spot of feedback. This is from Flame Sparrow.
Oh.
Disappointingly, it was apparently a drug debt. The dudes who did it were also hideous humans, but that case was why I signed up for Patreon originally. I am not sure the reference of that, but I appreciate the feedback.
Thank you for being a Patreon. We don't know what that means.
Nelson88, I think Matt should keep the beard and call himself Mariah Harry. That's pretty good.
That's actually a fantastic idea.
What was that from? Were we talking?
No idea.
Were we talking about my drag dream?
Probably.
Did I tell you that?
do know about your drag dream.
Yeah. So that's probably what it was. Rocco Eats Play-Doh. They said, bruh, B-R-U-H. Bruh. Dude, Janet McCrudy.
Oh, Jeanette
McCurdy.
Yeah, she's the one that wrote that book.
Oh, I wish my mom was dead or something.
I'm glad my mom's dead, yeah.
Yes. It's on the list, Rocco. And Mary Widger says they probably bought the burial plots when their spouses died. Oh, that was the way.
Yours. That was,
yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Remember you were like, why wouldn't they be buried next to each other?
Yes, it's like death do us part. Boom. It's like right there. Everybody knows it. Split. Move on to the new ones.
I don't know, man. I'm with the original loves.
Yeah, I am now too. You've convinced me.
It was hard, but
you nailed it.
It was an uphill battle.
Yeah. So that was it. Leave us feedback, by the way, if you listen on Spotify.
Yeah, go to Spotify and leave us. And if it's mean, like just maybe keep it to yourself.
Yeah, or say it about a different podcast. Go on somebody else's. You could say it about us. Just apply it to somebody else, right? Why not?
They talk too much.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, Smartless, you guys suck. Oh, wait. There's one piece of feedback. I'm so sorry. This is the most important piece of feedback we have ever received. And I was like, finally, somebody gets the pod. It took a couple of years. It's from Mickey Rosales, who says, clearly, I shared that we were, I misled. I said coming up to 500,000. It's only 403.9 thousand, but still coming up eventually.
It's less than, there's a smaller difference between here and 0.
My girl. Mickey says these numbers clearly because Matt McLean, not because of Lynn. He's so hot. So I'm just glad that we're being seen.
Why are you rubbing it in? Everybody knows this. You're being so rude to me right now.
Everyone's sick of Lynn's work and effort. Ugh.
And she's so ugly.
Anyway, I thought.
You know what? Ever since we've got these, what are they called? Circle lights?
Yeah, ring lights.
It's really, really bringing out your eyes. And I think people are really getting...
That's right. Turned on.
People are getting turned on. Yeah. Everyone's horny watching.
My DMs are wide open. You wouldn't know that to look at them, but they have been wide open.
And you know what? Don't judge his...
looks or personality.
Don't judge how fast he is to get back to you on whether or not there's other people waiting, because there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's a big queue.
All
right, let's get into this piece of
segue into this.
The Scarborough rapist.
So this case that I'm about to tell you about is, like I said, the catalyst for my obsession with true crime. I've read all the books, watched anything that there could possibly be, including last night after the Jays game. I watched the new documentary.
Why were they Ken and Barbie?
Because they thought they were everybody thought they were so hot.
But was that big in? I don't think that was big in Canada, was it? I think that's
we did call them Ken and Barbie, but I think it really took off when podcasts took off. I think the Ken and Barbie killers were kind of
just sounds so sensational.
They're not that good looking. He kind of looks like Screech from Saved by the Bell. He's not. He's got a bad teeth to gum ratio.
Right. Which
is too much gum when he smiles. You know what I mean?
Right. I gotcha.
So yeah, I was thrown into this case at an entirely too young age. It was probably, it went to court in 1995. So I was 11 about that time. And this is a Canadian one, and it gained notoriety by being labeled the Ken and Barbie case. Trigger warnings for sexual assault, murder, incest, kidnapping, and, literally just all the awful shit.
Families, man. I just And
I should note
French and Mahaffey?
Yeah. Matt is being a sport today because we have redone all of the episodes that Haley and I did together. This was the one that he kind of put his foot down about. He was like, I don't want to redo Paul Bernardo, and reasonably so.
Well, I just don't. This
case.
Was so heinous. This was I was born in 82, right? So, I was kind of 13 when this went to trial, probably around 10 when it and we lived in Mississauga, and this is kind of Credit Value or Credit Valley. I had a friend whose sister was a swimmer with one of the girls.
Oh my God.
Right. And so it wasn't a super close connection, but it made it
real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I remember when this was going on in school, my mom saying, if they ever bring it up, you just excuse yourself at a class. I don't want you.
And that's what you did with me. You tried to excuse yourself from that conversation. What are you going to tell her?
I'm not going to tell her anything. No, I'm just going to.
I wasn't there, Mom.
I'm just going to forget. I forget that I had that card. She said that we couldn't do. There was 3 things we could never do. Well, not never do, but one, she said, don't learn about this like in school.
Okay.
One was don't do magic mushrooms, and the third was don't watch Silence of the Lambs.
You've done all of those things.
About to cross the third one. No, I don't think I've seen Silence of the Lambs.
Really? It's good.
I did mushrooms once.
My mom wouldn't let me watch The Simpsons.
Because
she thought that's how we would think that real families should be. I'm like, they're yellow.
Yeah.
And they also never change their clothes.
Yeah. They don't age. The dad chokes the son so bad his tongue waves out of his head.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's real life, Mom. You know, I throughout my years, right before you and I did the podcast for the very first time together, my friend Nadine came in and she did 2 episodes, I think, with me. And Nadine.
2-time and Nadine. Classic Nadine.
A little slut. Nadine and I really embarked on our friendship because of how creepy we were. And I would often hide my Paul Bernardo books when I was younger. Like I would put it in like a different book.
Oh, that's a good call.
Especially because I would be like, you know.
What's younger?
Nadine and I, well, we
like
worked at KFC together. So we were like 16 years old when we met.
So in school?
Yeah.
So you're in high school and you've got a Bernardo book.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
You gotta, You got to start this weirdness pretty early on.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
You're such a weirdo for so long.
I don't just put on this weirdness for you.
These aren't weird errors.
But so I used to hide it. And then I think I got her a job and we worked at a collection agency together. And she's like, and then like we'd, been friends for all these years and I'd gotten her a job and we'd worked at KFC together. But then she like opened my drawer one day and she saw the Bernardo book and she's like, I'm reading that same book.
Oh my God.
And then we both knew that we were fucked up.
We're crazies.
But yeah, I would hide it because it's such an awful case. And it's just, you don't want people that are not of this mindset to witness you reading about some of the worst things.
It would be an alarming image to see a 16-year-old girl.
Yes.
Kind of got the French Mahaffey look going.
Oh my God.
Right? I mean, just like a young white girl.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah. So here it is. It all started for the two as a couple in October of 1987. 17-year-old Karla Holmolka was working at a local pet store in St. Catharines, Ontario, called Penn Center. Karla, according to her boss at the time, was one of 2 new hires at the pet store, and according to the boss, she couldn't have been a better fit. When October 17th rolled around, just the other day, Karla and the other new hire, whom Karla had formed a friendship with, and their boss traveled to Scarborough, Ontario, to attend a pet food supplier convention. Really doesn't seem like a group event to me.
I understand that
if you're buying food or you're not, right?
we're pet stores that sell animals are terrible, and the puppy mills and all that. Boy, do I ever miss going to the mall and going to the pet store and seeing the animal. I know that's wrong, and I get it; they should not exist. But there was something about going to the mall and just being like, "Oh, look at this! Can you pick up the hamster?" I
did buy a dog from a mall pet store.
Nice.
She was the most neurotic, codependent, insane dog I've ever met in my life, and I can't say for a fact that that's because she was a mall pet store dog, but probably didn't help.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this was apparently a group outing, like
dog food convention road trip.
Do you want me to go with you to your like hot dog?
Listen, the amount of times you've sent me a DM being like, "Are you going to any wiener conventions soon?" It's like, okay, it's not what you think, lady.
You're like, this is the second message today that you sent me.
There is no wiener convention.
Said no.
There's no such thing as a wiener convention. It's called Penis Fest, you idiot.
But like, for whatever reason, this boss thought that she needed all of her employees there. It was a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, team building.
And so they went, and after they decided, Karla and her little coworker decided that they wanted to get a couple of drinks at the hotel lobby.
Okay.
The boss was in one room, and then the two young girls were in the room next door. Sometime after the conference had ended, Karla and her coworker decided that they would go down into the hotel bar and try to score some underage drinks. She's 17, remember?
Score some underage drinks.
Allegedly, that kind of worked because the two young girls ended up getting into a conversation with two men, and the chemistry between one of the men and Karla was undeniable.
Oh, no.
Karla would later say that she and Paul had spent the entire night that they met having raunchy hotel sex.
Ew. It's very like dog food hotel, too.
Yeah, and like in front of their poor friends who were also still with them.
Oh, my God.
She didn't say, like, in her defense, she never said, like, we had raunchy hotel sex. Like, that, I took that liberty.
Hotel sex inherently is assumed to be raunchy, I would think.
Yeah, and he was 23, she was 17. I know that's not, like, it's 6 years, but, like, it's still kind of like a high school kid and not...
Statch?
No.
It's not?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's weird.
I know. God, if anything could have come between these two morons.
Oh, man. A dog food convention.
Yeah.
What are the, like, if you're like, what's the most embarrassing way for the shittiest couple on earth to meet? I'd be like, dog food convention, but that doesn't exist.
Could you imagine if you were just, like, at a bar and you're, like, trying to be sexy? And some
Oh, my
guy's
God.
like, so why are you here?
I'm,
Bite your lip. Dog food convention.
I'm the provincial distributor for Kibbles and Bits.
Ever heard of them?
I basically represent the kibble. I don't fuck around with them bits.
My coworker over here, the bits.
That's the bits. Hi, I'm Kibble. This is Bits.
The boss comes downstairs. Kibbles, Bits, get up there.
Yeah, they're like police detectives in my office.
Oh, God. Okay, so Karla Leanne Holmolka was born May 7th of 1970 in Port Credit, Ontario, to Dorothy and Carol Holmolka. Carol was an immigrant from Czechoslovakia and worked as a traveling salesman. Karla was the oldest of three girls. Lori was born shortly after Karla in 1971, and in 1975, the baby of the Holmolka girls was born, and she was named Tammy. Karla's father, by all accounts, seemed like a great dad. He doted on all of his daughters, but his one downfall was that he enjoyed drinking, and when he had had too much to drink, he would often berate his children and wife. Karla said that as an extremely young girl and into her late years, like into her late teenage years, her IQ was measured at 132, which is significantly above average for an adult, which is...
Karla Holmolka's?
Yes.
Has a high IQ.
Very high IQ.
I call bull on all of this.
Even if you read, she's a very bright individual. Yeah.
Nope.
Sadly.
The
average is between 85 and 115, and she was at 132.
As a proud 82, I choose to not believe that. And I can do that.
That's what the tramp stamp is.
Yes. That's what I chose. That's what the choosing means.
It says 82 forever, but with an A at the end.
The handlebars are an odd choice for a tattoo.
I mean, when in Rome, though. So that's her. Paul Kenneth Bernardo was born August 27th, the day after my birthday, 1964, which I wrote in my script that I don't love because it's exactly one day short of being exactly 20 years before I was born, making him a Virgo, which we all come with our own issues.
Mm-hmm.
He was born in Scarborough, Ontario, and he did not lose his spot in his script. He was born in Scarborough, Ontario, to Marilyn and Kenneth Bernardo. Theirs was an arranged marriage, and it is well known.
Really?
Yeah. It's a well-known fact that Kenneth was not Marilyn's first choice for suitors.
Where are they from?
You're going to find out.
Oh, right. Of course. Of course. Okay, I'm sorry. It's a
So
process.
she didn't want to marry Kenneth.
Yeah.
You're going to see probably why. But he was kind of chosen for her, but that right out of the gate led to a very rocky marriage. But regardless, Paul was described as a very happy and smart child, and it was said that he was very well-mannered and a great student. For whatever reason, during an argument with his mother when he was 16 years old, his mother disclosed that Kenneth was not actually Paul's biological father.
Nice.
But in fact, the man that she originally wanted to marry, who she had conceived Paul with. This news to Paul was absolutely devastating and resulted in him unleashing a string of awful names at his mother, including calling her a whore and a slut. I mean, not
listen,
totally unwarranted.
That's not a great way to bring up your child's adopted. Now, granted, this guy, first ballot Hall of Fame, piece of shit, going to hell, but it's kind of a shitty thing for a mother to say.
Yeah, you shouldn't. That should be a sit down like,
I told you, clean up your room. You fucking adopted piece of shit.
well, not adopted, like,
oh yeah,
ill-conceived.
Yes, you bastard.
Yeah, like that would be like, I think the right way to approach that is like, why don't we go for dinner? And I think I have some things that I need to speak with you about. Maybe not in the middle of a fucking yelling match.
Yes, some people, you're born to love, and some people you choose to love, and we chose to love you.
Have sex within their marriage, and some people have sex outside of their marriage.
Yes, they wanted me to marry your dad. You've seen him.
So, he was really upset about this, but everything I could find on Kenneth showed that he was an absolute horror story of a human being. So I don't know why Paul would be anything less than thrilled to not be related to this monster. Kenneth was charged in 1975 when he fondled a young girl. He was also sexually abused. So there's a lot that went on with him. He was violent with other members of his family. Paul's mom grew so depressed by the conditions of like being married to him and her life with him that she moved into the basement and shut herself away from the rest of the family. So there you have it. Now we're in October of 1987, and these two met and hit it off, and they were like kind of the yings to each other's yangs.
Ugh.
After meeting Karla's family, her parents, and two younger sisters, Paul had developed an infatuation with her younger sister, Tammy. Paul soon moved in to the Holmolka family home, and he began right away trying to convince Karla to help him in taking her baby sister's virginity.
Jesus Christ.
Paul was absolutely fixated on 15-year-old Tammy. He saw her pureness and innocence, and he felt like this was something that he was entitled to.
Like, is that the ultimate? I guess it is, right? In predatory.
For him, it is.
And just like in the house with the family.
Yeah.
Like
a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Off the chart.
The documentary that I watched last night, too, just shows like a bunch of home videos of him like dancing in the living room with the family. And he just looks like this dweeb.
Like grainy kind of 90s.
Yeah. And he's wearing like a knit sweater and he's just like dancing around. It's like you wouldn't see him as a threat.
No.
But in December of 1989, sadly, the same month and year that Taylor Swift was born, Paul asks for Karla's hand in marriage, and she happily accepts because clearly he's a dreamboat. 7 months later, in July of 1990, this is the first time Paul and Karla try to drug Tammy and assault her. They sprinkled Valium into her spaghetti, and when she passed out, Paul began trying to rape her. Tammy was stirred awake, thankfully, and their plan was foiled.
See, I thought that was like a fake thing in movie. Like I would think you would taste it.
Yeah, well, she worked at the veterinarian clinic, right? So she was able to get like
oh, yes.
Yeah. So the next time that they tried this, that we know of, the next time that she's admitted that they tried this, was Christmas Eve in 1990. At this time, Karla was working for Martindale Animal Clinic, which is different. And she had access to many different sedatives, including Halocin, which is a tranquilizer.
Jeez.
So Karla and Paul had decided, this was their, Christmas wish list, that on Christmas Eve, while everyone was together, they would mask the fact that Tammy was drugged by the fact that her mother had allowed her to have 1 or 2 alcoholic beverages because it was a special occasion. After Lori and her parents went to bed, Karla and Paul started in on their disgusting plans for poor Tammy. Paul and Karla filmed literally the entire attack that they performed on this little 15-year-old girl. They raped her, amongst other things. I don't know if I put it in here because I think that at the point that I was writing this script, I was still too say things. But, and I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, but Paul forced Karla to go down on Tammy, and she was on her period.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And she would go into great detail about that as well. They had it on video, but so I just wrote they raped her amongst other things that I can't go into. If you want further detail, you can read the book Deadly Innocence, which is very detailed in there.
Good luck.
But suddenly they noticed that Tammy was choking. She had like a ball in her throat that they could see.
A ball?
Yeah, she was choking on her own vomit.
Oh.
So when Paul and Karla finally called 911, after cleaning up Tammy and the scene, they had explained that seemingly the young girl had consumed too much alcohol and had what appeared to be an alcohol overdose and was choking on her own vomit. Sadly, when first responders arrived, there was nothing that they could do for her. Tammy had lost her life 1 week before she could turn 16. Tammy had an extremely severe... In the book, there's pictures of this. She had an extreme chemical burn on her face, and no one questioned it. It kind of like went like almost down her neck, and everybody was just like, okay, like this seems fine. But what it was from the Halocin that Karla was holding over her face to keep her out. Gave her this huge chemical burn. I don't know why nobody questioned it, because if you see the pictures, like from her autopsy photos, it's
pretty
intense.
Obvious.
Yeah. Karla would say, like when it was just like casually asked, she would explain that when she tried to clean Tammy up after she had vomited, the rag that she used must have had some chemicals on it, which would have been responsible for leaving the marks.
Ugh, good save, asshole.
Yeah. And apparently that was good enough because nobody, it was just an accidental asphyxiation. That's what she was ruled.
And he's charming as fuck, probably, right?
Oh yeah, and he's
and
there
so
for the
is
entire
she.
family.
And that's his sister. So nobody would, you wouldn't even, if he said that, the cops wouldn't believe him.
That's so far out of your realm of possibilities.
Yeah.
So that was Christmas Day, 1990, and sadly it was only the start to their reign of horror. A short 6 months after they snuffed out the life of her baby sister, on June 29th of 1991, Paul and Karla tied the knot, despite a lot of people saying, maybe you shouldn't do this right now. Your sister just died.
Yeah.
Stop looking for puffy dresses, you creepy weirdo.
Yeah, very puffy. That's such a 90s, their wedding gear.
Yeah, so friends and family, a lot of them wouldn't go to their wedding because they said it was too soon. It was just such a tragedy. And like, how are you getting your spirits up this quickly?
Yeah.
But I guess, when you find a great guy like Paul, you don't want to just let that an opportunity slip through your fingers. I've always said that.
You always.
So on June 14th of 1991, which was about 2 weeks before their dream wedding, grade 9 student Leslie Mahaffey was attending a meetup with a bunch of her friends. The meetup was sadly because Leslie had just lost one of her close friends. His name was Chris Evans, and 3 other classmates had been in a horrible vehicle crash.
Oh.
The gathering was just, a bunch of friends that were going to take place in a wooded area where they could kind of do like their own wake for their lost friends. While in the woods, the kids drank a bit and signed their names to a large rock. Leslie wrote, "I'll never forget you. Love forever, Leslie." At around 2 a.m., the students started heading home. Once Leslie arrived home, she realized that her mother had followed through on a threat that had been made so many times before. My dad did this to me. And fucking rightfully so. Like, it's hard. It is hard. But like, as teenagers, we hold our parents captive. Like, so what is he was supposed to just live in his house with his doors unlocked at all hours for his fucking drunk asshole idiot daughter to just stroll in whenever I wanted to? Like, we have, this is a horrific situation that we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes, but like, her mom can't just.
I know. You gotta have consequences.
There has to be,
going out
right?
too late, and
I don't blame my dad for doing it to me because he said, "Be home at this time."
Yeah.
And I was never home at that time. And the one time he really did it to me was because my mom was always much more lenient, and she would wait up. My mom would wait up. So I would walk in at 5 o'clock in the morning, and my mom would be sitting on the couch not having slept a fucking wink.
Yep.
She was on girls' weekend with her sisters, and I was out way past curfew, and I got home to a note on the door. And if my parents ever called me Linda, forget about it. It was like, "Linda, find a new place to sleep."
Yeah.
Dad. That was all it said. And I was like, wow, all the stuff has ended already. I don't know where I'm going to go. And I just sat down on the front porch and I sat there for, I don't know, felt like 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden I heard doot, doot, doot down the stairs. And he was like, get the fuck in here. And he let me in. But, you know, he was well within his rights, I think, at that point.
I think so. I mean, listen, at the surface of it, you know, I'm sure it's a you know, a tough lesson at best. But with this, with what happens next, I can't. And I'm sure the mom couldn't separate either.
Yeah. Of course she didn't. So for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, Leslie broke her curfew. She had been breaking her curfew for months, and her mother had told her if she continued, one of these days the doors would be locked and Leslie would have to find a new place to sleep. And sadly, on this fateful night, that's exactly what she did. Leslie made her way to a payphone where she called a friend and asked if she could spend the night. Likely, her friend was presumably also in trouble because they're children coming home at 2:00. And she said, her friend said that her mother wouldn't allow it either. On this night, Paul had left home in the middle of the night with a 6-inch knife, a camouflage knife sheath, and some cord. He was out looking for license plates to steal because, along with his other endearing qualities, Paul also smuggled illegal cigarettes across Canada.
Oh, that's right.
The Canada-American border. So, you know, he had lost his job as an accountant, so he needed to get these stolen license plates so it wasn't the same car passing back and forth constantly. And on this night, he saw young Leslie trying to get back home in hopes that someone would eventually allow her to come inside. But on her way to do that, she was intercepted by a young, charismatic, in quotes, good-looking Paul Bernardo in a gold Nissan sports car. He slowed down and struck up a conversation with the young girl. He told her that he was in her quiet subdivision that night because he was actually wanting to burglarize some of her neighbors' homes.
Oh,
Leslie,
so honest.
Leslie asked Paul if he had a cigarette, and he told her to come to his car where he had left them. Leslie tried to insist on leaving the door open of the car when she took the smoke from Paul, but it was only then when she was in his car and already extremely vulnerable where he brandished the knife and blindfolded her with a sweater.
Is this his account?
We only have his. Yep.
Right.
It would have been his that he told to Karla. She's the one that talks.
Really?
Yeah.
He doesn't?
I don't think I've ever heard anything like directly from him. No.
I've never realized that.
Yeah. Well, she did the deal, right?
What is it? The devil deal?
The deal with the devil. Yeah.
Right.
So sadly, because Leslie was considered a quote unquote troubled teen, police were hesitant to spend much time looking for her. According to them, Leslie was, she'll just come home. She found the door locked. She had just, been out partying with friends, and she took this opportunity to chill with her friends for a prolonged period of time. But Leslie was so much more than just a troubled teen. She was her parents' miracle baby. Oh, this might make you cry, Matt.
Oh, no.
Her parents were Debbie and Robert, who went by Dan. Which
Robert, Dan, Bob. Yeah, it's okay.
No, okay.
Sure. All right, Dan.
In her teens, Debbie was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and she was told because of the radiation that it would be nearly impossible for her to conceive children. But on July 5th of 1976, Leslie Erin Mahaffey was born. This beautiful blonde baby was her parents' world. And then 7 years later, another miracle happened when her baby brother Ryan was born into the world. Ugh, I haven't read this script in so long, and I have goosebumps all over my body. Leslie had dreams of one day becoming a marine biologist. She was brilliant, but she was also stubborn and rebellious. She was
a teenager.
Yeah, she was a person.
She was a teenager. Yeah.
She was constantly testing her parents and their rules, which
rules are stupid. So I'm locked in this prison.
You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth.
Yeah. You don't even know, bro. You don't even get it.
Leslie had also run away in the past, so it was not something that anyone would have found out of character, sadly. She had actually run away a few weeks prior to her run-in with Paul.
Was this essentially a crime of opportunity?
In this particular case, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was a slippery slope though, right? Like this was going to happen one way or another.
Yes, right. It was only a matter of time
It was a matter
before
of time.
he got another victim, right?
The one thing this time though that was different was she was still in constant. So when she had run away before, she was in constant contact with her family.
Right.
At her core, Leslie adored her family, and she especially doted on her brother, Ryan, who was 7 years younger, right? Like, so like at 7, when a baby's born into the family, like that's kind of your baby.
Right. Yeah.
It's like my kids are, so Olivia and Jake are only 16 months apart, and Olivia would love to wipe the floor with him.
Yeah.
But because she's 4 years older than Max,
Yeah.
and that's only 4, Max is her baby. Like she won't let nobody f around with Max, even Jake.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine like just the two of you, and like she's 7 years older. Like that's her baby. So yeah, she doted on her little brother. And when Leslie went missing, the day after she went missing on June 15th, that actual day was the day for the funeral of the kids that had died in that car accident.
Oh, shit.
And when she didn't show and there was no word from her, her parents were like, okay, no, she would have gone to that.
Right.
And then 2 weeks later, on July 5th, that was Leslie's 15th birthday. And again, no word from her.
Wow.
So they were like trying to tell the police, like, yeah, no, she has run away before, but like this is not.
I'm sorry, you said 15?
She was turning 15.
She's turning on July 5th.
Yeah.
Wow.
And can we just take a second and like realize that all the victims who, you know, were in Paul Bernardo's grasp, everything that happens to them happens so close to their actual birthdays. It's crazy.
But nothing.
It's like not
planned,
contrived. No, it
just the
horrific luck of the draw.
Circumstances.
So on the night that Paul took Leslie, he went up to the bedroom where Karla was sleeping, and he told her that he had a girl in the house and to be quiet, according to Karla. After Paul raped Leslie, he wanted his fiancée to join in. So he led, what she says again, is a blindfolded Leslie into the bedroom, telling her that if the blindfold slipped, that she would be killed. Karla would later testify that Leslie cried and begged to go home to see her little brother. Bernardo would ask her time and time again what she remembered about his car. And when she would reassure him that she'd not seen anything, he was not convinced, and he told Karla that she needed to be killed. Of course, that was how things went according to Karla. This is her account, right?
Right.
Then, according to Karla, Paul used an electric cord to strangle Leslie. Well, as Karla tells it, she gave the young girl a teddy bear to hold on to try and take her pain away.
The bold.
It's been so long since I've read the script, and it's just so awful. They then wrapped her body in a blanket and put it in the basement cellar. June 16th of 1991 was Father's Day. So the day after they took Leslie's life, and on the first Father's Day without their beloved Tammy, the Holmolkas celebrated Carol Holmolka's special day, all while Leslie lay in the basement.
Wow.
Yeah. At one point,
she's there.
She's in the house, and at one point, Dorothy, Karla's mother, tried to go into the basement to get something.
Yeah.
And they had to like intercept her because Leslie was lying down there. Could you?
How long was she missing? Will you go into that? Like how long
Leslie
she was missing
wasn't missing
before
for long. Kristen French was the one that they held captive for a while.
Right. Okay.
I haven't read the script in forever, but I wrote in here. At one point, Karla's mother, Dorothy, tried to go into the basement to get some supplies, but was intercepted by Paul, who insisted on going down himself. Karla said the next day she took the bus to work, and later in the day, when Paul picked her up, he simply said, "It's done."
Mm-hmm.
So now we're just going to go quickly back to that magical day, June 29th, 1991, the wedding of these two monsters. So 6 months after the killing of Karla's little sister and 2 weeks after the killing of Leslie, these two were beaming. Karla in her biggest, puffiest, ugliest wedding dress was nothing but smiles.
I hate that wedding footage. Like
they're just the most disgusting.
That grainy, the cake, like him in the like I can. It'll be forever ingrained in my mind.
At the same time as they were saying their nuptials, A fisherman named William Greckle was putting his canoe into Lake Gibson when he spotted something. And I'm going to quote him here. He said, "It appeared to be a patio slab on top of something. I pushed it off with my foot and boat paddled to see if it was what I thought." And then he further described what he was seeing by saying, "It looked like the bottom part of a leg and another piece of a thigh." William called over 2 other men who were fishing, and the men flipped over the slabs and their worst fears were confirmed. William asked a group of nearby fishermen to call the Niagara Regional Police. Paul had dismembered Leslie.
It's just funny. Like, that's like obviously not the quote.
Yeah.
Could you please call Niagara? But like,
I'm going to need a call made.
Yes. Could you please call Niagara Regional Police? Like,
but like,
call 911. Like,
could you imagine just putting your canoe in the water and you're like a canoe is not even like a fishing boat. Like, this guy's just going for a relaxing afternoon.
Yeah.
And then this is what you see. Like,
I had a pretty close.
I doubt it.
I mean, so I was kayaking,
and
I hate talking about this because it makes me sound like a doucher, but I have a little canvas bag and I take plastic out of the rivers and stuff, right? So I collect it, I take it out, right? So that goes into the store.
You're so good.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Thank you so much for everything you do for us. You're giving my kids a future. And I've always said that.
Would you dance? And I've got this little pole, like a grabby pole, right?
Naturally, you would have to.
So it's
or
like
you'd go overboard.
Right.
You'd capsize.
It's like 2 feet tall. I would. And I'm grabbing like a cup out of the thing, right? And I put it in my little sack and then put it in that little canvas bag.
Yeah. Your tiny nuts. Got it.
And I see a foot, like a shoe, like a boot, like a bottom of a boot. And I'm like, oh my God. So I start paddling away.
Today's the day, boys.
Yep.
You're alone.
I start paddling away from it and bolt it. And then it was 20 minutes later, I was like, I should probably see if that was like a foot in there. It was just a boot.
Thank God.
But I did take it out of the water.
It's not as close as you may have led us to believe.
Right. I thought it might have been a real foot for a minute.
My mom she always walked the dogs at Scanlon Creek. Do you know Scanlon Creek just outside of Bradford?
Yeah.
Every night. And so one night she saw a body lying underneath like a bunch of trees.
Oh God.
And my mom is a react and just
shoot
go
first
insane.
And then
so she called 911 and she got all the people there, and it was just a photographer taking like up the tree picture.
Oh my God. Up the tree pictures. What a pervert.
Seriously.
Okay, put that down.
You know what? What's wrong with him? So yeah. Oh, okay. Back to this awful case.
I know we're trying to like, can you guys tell we're avoiding it? Like I am like.
You've been avoiding it for 2 years.
That is true.
So in your defense, thank you so much for being here today. Tomorrow's Zach Hansen's birthday, if that helps alleviate any of this.
It will. Yeah, that is going to get me. You know what? Thank you. Wow. That helps. That helps.
So, Paul had dismembered Leslie's body with a power saw and encased her body in 7 cement slabs and dropped them into Lake Gibson. Of course.
Like it was wet cement?
He made them into blocks.
Right.
And then he dropped them into the lake.
But how did they float?
Maybe it was just a shallow area where it was up.
Yeah.
But Leslie needed, of course, to be identified by dental records. Oof. Over the next 10 months, this diabolical duo would invite a teenage girl, who in all records is referred to as Jane Doe, to their home to have drinks. Unbeknownst to Jane Doe, they would drug her, and while she was passed out, they would violate her horribly. The girl would wake up believing that she just simply drank too much. She would go home unaware of the trauma that she had just been through, and she would only find out years later that she had been the victim of these 2 vile pieces of shit because she was included on their videotapes.
Now, as insensitive as this may come across, which I am sure it is inappropriate, but is that almost like a blessing? Like to not, well, then
that's a really great question.
Then you're,
Because
and then would
kinda
you
like,
rather the police not inform you?
Yeah.
I mean, if you've gone this far, but you also have a right to know what happened to you.
I really don't think that there's a right answer to that, because I just think that it's like,
You have to say,
like,
you have to tell
ignorance
them.
is bliss, right?
Yes.
But you should be aware of things that have happened to you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's no.
Oh, wow. I never even, you kind of, I think, block a lot of stuff out on cases like these.
Yeah.
I did not know.
So that brings us to April 16th of 1992. Kristen Dawn French was born May 10th of 1976 to Doug and Donna French. Kristen was a rule follower. She had a routine that she followed to the T. It took Kristen almost exactly 15 minutes from the time she finished school at Holy Cross Secondary School till the time that she got home, where, upon arrival, she would walk and feed her beloved dog. You know, because I originally did this case with Haley, I had to look it up, and it was a white husky style dog with sky blue eyes. She would need to know that.
So it's maybe it's just because at the time they all blended together, but they didn't know each other.
No.
Kristen and Leslie.
No. They were very different girls.
Yeah.
Like Leslie was more like I was. We were like, let's have fun.
Yeah, here's the line. All right, I won't cross it, but I'll toe it a little
Kristen was
bit.
very a personality type.
Yeah.
Like she was, top of in her class. Like she was very by the books where her routine fell in, and Leslie wasn't, and neither was I. On that day, though, Kristen was making her way home from school, and she was walking by Grace Lutheran Church when she was approached by a young couple in a gold sports car who appeared to be unfamiliar with their surroundings. Karla called Kristen over under the guise that they were going to, ask her for directions, and she pulled out a map. I assume that Kristen found them harmless, mainly because of a woman being involved.
Right.
And they...
and who's going to think? Sorry to cut you off.
No, please.
That this is
please
the worst,
cut me off.
That this is the worst case scenario.
Like this,
right?
This young, good-looking couple is gonna fucking horrifically violate me and kill me.
Well, and even when you see the gold sports car, I mean, we excuse a lot with status, right? Like, oh no way, somebody like that would never be anything.
I mean, to me,
gold
it's
is a little tacky.
Nissan. It sounds super tacky. But
it's a good call. It's a Nissan.
It's
it's like a Bentley.
It's like a yellow Sunfire. Like, who fucking cares?
Here I go again on my own.
Just rust around the wheel well. But yeah, they were trying to get her to help them with directions. So she was leaning on the car and helping Karla with the directions. So like Karla was sitting in the passenger seat. And Paul got out of the car, and then he forced her into the car at knife point. Well, Karla got into the back. Kristen would get into the front. And Karla yanked her long brown hair back down so that she couldn't make a scene. Like she was kind of like held her down by her hair. Kristen was unable, the one thing she did do, though, was she left her one running shoe behind.
Oh, nice.
Which, I mean, somebody with Kristen's reputation, too, you don't think she's just running away.
Yeah.
And then if your running shoes sitting in a church parking lot.
Yeah, right.
So many believed that Kristen had intentionally left that item behind. Oh, sorry. So there was her shoe and part of the map that Karla was showing her. She had torn it off.
I love it.
And a lot of people believe that this was intentional, left behind by Kristen in hopes that it would help in the search for her. And well executed.
Yeah. Wow. It's like, you think your number one thing is survival. And hers is like, well, here, I'll just drop this little clue.
There's cases that I've heard where like somebody's put someone else in the trunk and this person has ripped out their hair by the roots and like scattered it all around the trunk, like just making their presence known. And it's like, it's just wild to me to have that foresight.
I like when they pull the brake light and they do the SOS. But now all the trunks have that
Ram
little
your finger out
thing. Hello.
I'm driving behind them. I'm like, look at that.
Oh, look at
it's
the
so funny.
It's a thingy.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, many believe that she did this intentionally. She also had plenty of eyewitnesses because this was in the middle of the day.
What?
She was walking home from school, so a lot of people saw that these two people just, pulled this girl into their car. The car that the eyewitnesses said that they saw, though, was a cream-colored Chevrolet Camaro. Much cooler than a gold Nissan, by the way. When in reality, it was a gold Nissan 240 SX. Like I said, Kristen was a rule follower, so friends and family were immediately worried, and they were able to get police involved in the search instantly.
Right away.
Which is great. Not so much in Leslie's case, though. For 3 days, these animals tortured Kristen, and it's rumored that Karla could tell that Paul liked her more than just a possession. And while they taped and documented a lot of the torture that they inflicted on this poor girl, the actual act of her murder was not filmed. So this is, it's truly up for debate. Obviously, Karla claimed that Paul killed Kristen, but for whatever it's worth, Paul also has claimed that it was Karla who killed Kristen. He claimed to have...
Sorry, can I just answer you?
Yeah.
It's not worth anything. The answer is 0.
Except for the fact that Karla's out right now.
Okay, yeah, that's not a great... and not out. Thriving.
Like on PTAs. We'll get into it.
With a dude and like
for a lawyer's
new
brother,
kids.
By the way.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, what kind of a dude do you need to be like, my brother's got this client?
You know what? I could not even, and my brain can't process that. How, as a shallow guy.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, she doesn't have a car, I don't want to date her. Like, could you imagine if like, your standards were lowered so much that like, I actually don't mind if she doesn't have a car and if she killed her own sister.
If you'll get into it, we can wait. But I have a question about the tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were, like the jury had to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then where are the tapes now? And how come they've never like been leaked? Like it seems to me like obviously it's super awful.
Me as a person that I am, if those tapes were leaked, I would rather stick a fucking hot pin in my eye than watch anything that was on those tapes. I do believe we get into it, but I think that the tapes were, they switched hands from defense attorneys, and I think that they inevitably ended up getting destroyed.
Oh, okay.
Well, but the defense attorneys did have them, and so therefore, obviously, the prosecution had them as well, because they had to, but they didn't at first. We'll get into it, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going off memory here, which is like, it's sad that...
makes me so angry.
In my brain, there's enough of this.
And also, like, the fact that how... You just go.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay.
I'll write it down. I'll say it later.
So, it would be debated who killed Kristen. He claimed that he was out getting food when Karla strangled Kristen. We'll probably never know. But there was also small, round bruises on both of Kristen's shoulder blades that would perfectly match the shape of Karla's knees, as if somebody would be kneeling on her back as she was strangled.
Oh, wow.
That it does lend itself to the fact that it was Karla. Not to mention, she's made her own statements that indicated that she was jealous of... Paul thinking about Kristen as more of just than a possession.
Doesn't really matter.
Except for the fact that she's out and has
kids.
They
both killed her.
Yeah.
I'll go 50-50. I don't care if she was getting food, if he was getting food.
Yeah.
Like how...
here's the deal. The deal with the devil, and I'm sure I'll get into this. This script was written 3 years ago.
We can wait. I keep jumping ahead.
I literally don't know what's in the script. It's we're rolling the dice at this point. But the deal with the devil... They did have stipulations, one of which was she cannot be proven to have taken more, like she couldn't have done more in these crimes than initially what she fessed up to.
Right.
So if she was the one that killed Kristen, then that deal would have been null and void.
Right.
One of the other stipulations was that she cannot have found to be lying. She was found to be lying more times than I can count. And they didn't withdraw because they didn't want other other
like
people making deals to think that they would renege on their deal.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, you should.
You know what?
When somebody breaks a deal and then you got to go to them and then like, as soon as you
How
find
about-
the tapes, you rip it up. I don't care. Look, there's corrupt officials everywhere. People take justice into their own hands. You can get a clerk to look the other way here.
Like, how about, you know what? If it's a drug deal, maybe we're a little bit more lenient. When you're a child killer, how about we're pretty strict about the rules we've laid out for you?
I just will never. You could explain it a million times, a million different ways. It would never make sense to me why they would make a deal with her.
I think that...
why they would honor the deal with her.
Fair.
After the tapes.
I do think that they believed they were dealing with a victim at that time.
And listen, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Don't give it to me. I don't want
I will give them that
give
at
them
that time. But once the tapes come out, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All bets are off.
Mm-hmm.
And you've just got to give them the death penalty.
Right. So Kristen's body was found on number 1 Side Road in North Burlington on April 30th of 1992. It was just 14 days after she had gone missing and 11 days after her life had been taken. When Kristen...
Sorry, can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So she was found in Burlington,
Mm-hmm.
14 days after she went missing and 11 days after she'd been killed.
Okay, thank you.
When Kristen was left, it was also where she was left was very close to the cemetery where Leslie Mahaffey was buried. And just a horrific.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they lived in Scarborough?
They lived in St. Catharines.
Right.
He was the Scarborough rapist.
Like how? So this is in like the early, when was he the Scarborough? Like in the 80s?
Yes. So
That
he was
early?
following women home from...
Running, wasn't it? Or just
a
whatever.
lot of the time bus stops.
Okay.
Just hiding in bushes and like that. Like
Yeah.
he was tormenting people.
He was raping them on the path, was he not?
He was raping them wherever. Like there was, and the crazy, I don't know if I'm going to get into it in my script, but the craziest thing is that they had his DNA in Scarborough.
That's right.
And then when these murders started happening in St. Catharines, just this generic blonde white dude, they were getting all these people to come in and give their DNA. And he went in just right as rain, like more than happy, like, yeah, take my DNA. So they had his DNA in St. Catharines and they had the rapist DNA in Scarborough and they just never connected it for 2 years.
Wow.
2 years.
And Bernardo goes in to give his DNA?
Happily.
Wow. What? But he's the guilty one.
And he was happy to do it. And that's what they said.
Weird.
It took the edge off. Like they were like, well, we don't need to, run this immediately. Like, look, this guy skipped in here to give us his DNA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, 2 months after Leslie's death, working off of a tip, officers interviewed Paul Bernardo. Here we go. But Paul was extremely forthcoming. He was charming and charismatic, and officers, left the interview finding Paul to be an quote-unquote unlikely suspect.
Wow.
But then on December 27th of 1992, 2 years and 4 days since they had killed her baby sister, Paul beat Karla to a pulp using a heavy-duty flashlight. Have you seen these pictures?
No, but I would...
Ooh.
I would not be offended at photos of her getting the shit kicked out of her, to be honest with you.
I've never seen blacker eyes in my life.
And I apologize if that comes off as
It doesn't. It's
insensitive
fine.
or cruel, but I would almost relish
I think
to
it
see
falls
her in
into
any
the
sort of
category
pain.
of when we make fun of horrible people's looks.
Yes.
We don't give a shit what happens to Karla Holmolka.
Yeah, true.
It is what it come for us. If you want to fucking offend her.
Yes.
But I've never seen blacker eyes in my life. They're both of them fully black, right down to here, a little bit purple on the sides.
Oh, nice.
But they're awful.
Good for her.
Yeah. She also had a broken rib.
And he hit her with a flashlight?
Yeah.
Like one of those security guard flashlights?
Yeah. She had bruises all over her body and a broken rib. And just a few days later, Karla went back to work. And one of her coworkers...
Or at the animal shelter? Or the animal hospital?
Could you imagine? I want to get my dog neutered. She's like, turns around like, what happened to you? I'm not bringing my dog here. What the hell happens back there? So, yeah, she went back to work, and one of her coworkers didn't buy her story of being in a car accident, and they called her parents, who insisted on taking her to the hospital.
Wow.
Once there, Karla made the claim that she had been a battered spouse. At the same time, the DNA that Paul Bernardo supplied for had supplied, it was coming back as a match to Paul. So, like, all of these things are starting to unwind at this point. Back before Paul met Karla, like I said, he was entangled in actively raping women.
But like what? Like I just
quite an entanglement to find yourself in.
I think of like Jerry Seinfeld living next to Larry David, right? What are the odds?
Right.
And then they create.
Right. Which makes you think there's probably a lot more horrific people out there than we know about.
Yes.
They're just waiting for their
part, like these two comedic geniuses or evil like scum of the earth. And that is like, and I think social media now, like Larry and Jerry happen to live next to each other.
Larry and Jerry.
But now you can Larry and Jerry can get on a Facebook message group or a chat.
I know, but like we see this so much more than it should be. Like, think about, do you remember when we did the Turpin family where they had the 12 kids?
The haircuts?
The haircuts.
Yeah.
How did those two people find each other and think, you know what? Let's live in a house that's covered in dog shit.
Yes.
And not feed our kids ever. Like, together they came up with that mentality. That's fucked up.
And well,
if my husband said anything like that to me, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, right.
What's happening right now?
Yes, but first of all, the second your husband comes home with that haircut,
yeah, no, he's
you're like, okay,
out.
red flag.
Yeah, literally, I kill him, and that's the story.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Where have you been? I'm not cheating. Listen, I know haircut.
That wasn't the question.
Nobody even. Don't flatter yourself.
What I need is the place to review for that fucking haircut.
Oh, I'm gonna Yelp that mother so hard.
Okay, so he was, the Scarborough rapist. The rapes took place from 1987 to 1990. When he was caught, he was charged with 14 rapes, of which they could prove, 14 that they could prove, and then 6 attempts that they could prove. There was likely many, many more that never came forward. And by likely, I mean for sure.
Yes.
He mostly targeted women getting off of buses or waiting at bus shelters. He did also break into the room of a 15-year-old girl and attempt to sexually assault her when her mother came and scared him off.
Jesus.
Find me if you're in my kid's room.
Yeah. Ugh.
I won't be scaring you off. I will fucking run into my feet blade.
Yeah.
And I will stab you with whatever I can fucking get my hands on.
Put that lady on the 5.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And my husband with his weird haircut.
What's going on in here?
In 1998, Paul was spotted. 1998, that's not right. 1988, Paul was spotted casually hanging out under a tree near a bus shelter. The man who spotted Paul chased him on foot, but Paul was able to avoid getting caught. Paul had been brought in to be questioned as a result of a sketch that had been released of the Scarborough rapist. It's a dead ringer for him. I don't think I've ever seen such an accurate sketch ever. And his own friends would actually call him in being like, I think I know this guy. His like one of his good friends, ex-girlfriends were like, hey, so that drawing, I know him.
Kind of looks like this guy Paul.
And he's also super creepy, so that's got to mean something.
But this didn't amount to anything.
Nothing really. Once again, Paul came in. He went into the police station.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hey Paul, come on, have a seat. Listen, we got this. Take a look at it. Oh, it's a handsome guy. I ain't never seen him. Actually, I gotta be honest. Yeah, kinda.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
I don't know. I don't blame you. Have the kids. Yeah, good. Yeah.
But he came in, he gave his DNA without hesitation. Maybe, that's why it would take over 2 years to match Paul.
You'd have to, right?
Yeah, because he came in and he was just...
put a denial.
And I guess at that point, like, you got to think, this is the very beginning of DNA. Like, we're probably putting it into, like, one system. You have to, like,
sending
look
it to
it up.
Ottawa
like,
or something.
It's not like GEDmatch where, like, I throw it in there now.
And St. Catherine's doesn't have a lab.
Right. And they're two completely different jurisdictions.
Right.
So for now, though, with Karla sitting with her face all smashed in, she's with officers.
I forgot about that.
And at the same time, the DNA from Paul being in Scarborough is coming back to a match on Paul and St. Catherine's.
And this is probably a question that you would assume the answer to, but the DNA was found during like a rape kit, like these women that like would go forward and then it was kind of stored.
Well, in Scarborough, he gave his DNA.
No, right, but I mean,
with
the women would have had it. The rape victims in Scarborough.
In Scarborough, yeah, I mean, we would have rape kits and stuff like that, but yeah, they had his DNA in Scarborough based on his sample himself. Like he had given it up. So they had in Scarborough, and then on the bodies, they had DNA in St. Catherine's. They just had never meshed these two things together, but now they are. Literally at the same time that Karla's in there with her face all smashed in from this fucking dreamboat. So as she was in there and beaten badly, she saw this as her opportunity. She decided she was going to flip on Paul.
Oh, that's what happened. I thought they brought them both in and said, like, all right, one of you has got to make a deal.
Paul had beaten Karla in the past. Like, he was always very physically abusive, but this last time was like, I'll show you pictures after we record. Mm-hmm. I've seen autopsy photos that look better than she did.
Yeah.
So this was really, and then her parents forced her to go to the hospital, and I think this was just kind of her opportunity to get out.
Right.
So she would tell them everything that they needed to know about Paul Bernardo. She said, listen, I'll tell you everything. I just want complete immunity.
Ugh.
Clearly, that wasn't going to happen. 3 young girls had lost their lives, and she was there for all of those deaths. But what they were willing to offer her would later be known as the deal with the devil.
Idiots. You morons, and you're all going to hell.
She was offered 12 years, 5 years for the manslaughter of Leslie Mahaffey, 5 years for the manslaughter of Kristen French, and 2 years for the involvement she had with the death of her own sister, Tammy.
Okay, wait, so that's 10 for, let's just write murder, and then it was 2, for murder. Okay. Oh, and then, let me just write rape and murder, and then rape and murder. All right.
There's a lot of counts that she didn't get brought up on.
10 plus 2. I got 12 years for all that rape and murder. Is that what you got?
It's what I got. It's math? Not right. No. Karla was playing it off as though she was simply another victim of Paul's. And with her face in the state that it was a very believable story.
Well, I do sympathize with the Stockholm Syndrome concept.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with it in this case.
To me,
I just don't see how she's not pure
First and foremost, before any of the murder, before any of that, I'm going to offer to drug my baby sister so that you can have sex with her.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. On no planet.
Yeah.
If you even suggest that to me.
Yes.
If I don't kill you, which I think is something that I've kind of embarked on in my later years. I don't think I was murdery back then, but
you would have reported it.
I would have reported it for sure. Yeah.
Something.
Now I kill.
Right. Yeah.
Because I know where to hide bodies.
I knew you.
And you so much.
It's my favorite version of you.
You know what?
I'm really killing era. You're in your killing I'm for in my murder era.
But truthfully, if somebody ever said to me, you know what? For my Christmas present, can we just rape your baby sister? I'd be like, first of all, you need to find your face into that window because I'm going to smash it in there. What are you even saying to me right now? And she was like, yeah, let me go to work and get those drugs. That sounds like a great idea.
Yes.
On Christmas Eve.
Yes.
After we celebrated with my family. You sick piece of shit. What?
And it's like, yeah, and again,
that alone, that buildup should be fucking 30 years in jail.
Family, the whole family in the house.
Makes me sick to my stomach. And then she died from it.
Yeah, and then you could have saved her life because only a couple people
you
died
shouldn't
from
have started.
Yes, but let's say
that would have
if you're vomiting and you're passed out, you just kind of put them to the side. Like when you were in college and university, didn't you see all the signs for like drinking. If you had too much to drink, you got to go in like
I was that person.
the hero position or whatever it's called.
Everybody was they were looking out for me.
Yeah.
I'm actually kidding.
We had buddies who would be like, all right, like he'd be like, man, listen, go lie like face down. All right. Face down.
No, I have never been in that position myself, and I've never seen somebody that drunk, but I have watched a lot of ridiculousness.
There you go. Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people projectile while they're asleep, and
but you just turn them over,
or you just don't drug your sister so your boyfriend can have sex with her.
Well, and chemical burns, like how you miss that? Anyways, never mind. I'll keep bringing up all this.
Regardless,
blue in the
like
face.
12 years for that alone.
Yeah.
For that alone is not enough.
No.
So, like I said, she had this badly beaten face.
You should get 12 years for stealing the drugs from your work. Like, what were the narcotic charges against her?
Even having the conversation that you should rape my sister should be a 12-year
There
sentence.
you go. Yeah.
So, yeah. But you know what? They needed Karla's testimony in order to nail Bernardo to the wall. Which I don't think is true. Because he videotaped himself. But, of course, there were stipulations.
Yeah.
So, the stipulations.
Ugh.
Karla could not have been the one who ultimately ended one of the girls' lives. She had to be 100% truthful in her statements. If it was proven that she had an active role in any of this, then her deal would be revoked. She was not allowed to do any media or profit off of these tragedies in any way.
I mean,
that should be pretty fucking standard, right?
Yeah.
Karla struck this deal 16 months before the tapes, which revealed her being an absolute willing participant in these atrocious acts were located.
Oh, you know what, Lynn? You just, you drive me up the wall sometimes. Like, I thought I was pissed off.
And now you're happy.
Like, no, you are terrible at reading people's body languages. Has anybody ever told you that? You're
thrilled to be here.
You are awful at interpreting my emotions.
16 months. So 3.5 hours worth of these were these Karla and
was the trial over? Was he in jail? No. Was like
no, they could have reneged on it easily. So 3.5 hours of these were just these two raping, torturing, and assaulting Leslie, Kristen, and Jane Doe. And even the video they made of an unconscious Tammy doing unspeakable things to her.
Did we know who Jane Doe? Ever identified?
No, but she is in the book. Like she talks in the book, but still to this day is
still good for her.
And the jury had to sit through all of it.
My God!
Not to mention the parents.
Our legal system is. How are you not?
But to be fair, that's their choice.
I don't want I don't want you to be fair. No, you got to watch these videos and say you can't watch them.
Yeah,
they're not for public consumption.
I know
he's guilty. The trial is over. What are we talking about here? I'm sorry. It's not a time to be fair.
I don't know if I put it in my script here.
Sorry, not to yell at you. It's not your fault.
Please do. I brought this upon you. One of the victims' family members, and this is, I think, how I would feel. I don't know if I put it in my script, but one of the victim's family members did say, if they had to go through it, the least I could do is watch it. I know. I'm sorry. So the jury had to sit through it. One juror stated that Dorothy Mahaffey let out a guttural wail.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
And had to be removed from the courtroom as she was leaving, her knees buckled. There's nothing I can add to that. It's just so horrific. The reason that it took so long for these tapes to surface was because Paul's attorney was named Ken Murray. Once Karla made mention that these tapes were available and, basically depicted what was on them and what was happening to these girls, she told everyone that she was apparently unaware of where the tapes were hidden. Investigators obtained a warrant to basically tear the home apart in hopes of finding the tapes. But by the time their warrant expired, they still had no clue where the tapes were. But after investigators left the property, Paul's attorney got permission to go into the house. And lo and behold, walked right into the bathroom, unscrewed a light fixture, and wouldn't you know it, there were the tapes. So like they had like a month to go in there and find these tapes, and they destroyed the house trying to find them, could not find them. And then as soon as they were like, well, I guess time's up, they left. His defense attorney went in and was like, I know exactly where this shit is.
Like, yeah, so he, right, obviously told him.
Obviously.
But
what this attorney did next was immoral, at very least.
Hey, lawyer, here's your client, Paul Bernardo. Immoral.
Yeah, fair
immoral.
enough. Fair point.
I accept my client. Immoral.
Yeah.
You're done.
So this attorney watched the tapes.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
And then instead of turning them in as evidence, he just sat on them. He hid them away.
Oh.
He and another lawyer on the team made the unethical and uneducated decision to withhold this discovery because they wanted to disclose them mid-trial to prove that Karla was a liar. And because of client confidentiality, they felt that they had the right to do this.
Wait, so they wanted Karla to have her deal.
So they wanted in the middle of Paul's trial, just be like,
gotcha.
Boom, look it's not just him. She did this too. But
did they not know these are like tapes of people's
lives? And you have to disclose your evidence to the prosecution. You both have to know what...
There is no... Yeah, there's the discovery phase.
You
there's
have
no
to know what you're working
with. That's
with.
Right.
So finally, this started feeling weird and nervous about what he was doing. Like, he had never taken the bar and didn't actually know what he was
just doesn't have a heart,
like
a conscious,
job.
Like you weren't sick to your stomach, like you hit play. If you watch it for more than 2 seconds, you're guilty of something.
Ugh. I can't even think about watching those videos. But yeah, he started to feel weird about what he was doing, and like maybe I'm breaking a rule or a law or like something. Maybe I'm doing something off. Yeah, it's literally. I can tell you that, and I haven't passed the bar. Barely even studied for it.
Mm-hmm.
So he contacted his own lawyer, who in turn contacted the Law Society of Upper Canada's Professional Conduct Committee.
Oh, God.
Who advised that Murray seal the tapes and turn them over to the judge presiding over Bernardo's trial. As well, they directed him to remove himself immediately as Bernardo's counsel and to tell Bernardo what he was doing. So,
and get your own
turn
lawyer.
in the tapes, shut the fuck up, stop being a creep, tell your client that you're obviously not capable of doing what you've attempted to do, and let grown-ups take over.
Like, he obviously, this was Paul Bernardo's idea. I say, hey, listen, they're like, hey, so she's going to turn on you. He's like, okay, well, listen, I got these tapes. I
don't know if it was Bernardo's idea. Like, I don't think that, like, as an attorney, you shouldn't be able to be that malleable. You know what I mean? Like, if your client's like, hey, withholding evidence.
Yeah. What are we talking about here? Right away. It's a fast thing.
You and I aren't sitting here claiming to be geniuses. We can figure this shit out.
Yes. Initially, I didn't think of the discovery phase, but once you mentioned it, I was like, yes. Oh, of course, yes. You have to disclose that. There is no like Law and Order, like have the big compelling.
No, that's the evidence. That's it.
Yes.
Like everything else is fucking secondary in comparison.
Yeah.
At very best.
That's the trial.
And you're sitting on it. Like,
these guys, the legal, everybody, the system in this case.
We should go kill them all. Wanna?
I mean, I can't endorse that or say anything, but
there's a big game going on Friday, so like we shouldn't get in jail.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Later, we'll figure it out.
I mean, so many people get killed all the time. No, that was the end of what I had to say.
Oh, okay.
Did you thought I was continuing?
I thought it was the beginning of a
No,
sentence.
I just have zero sympathy for anybody involved in this case.
Except for the families.
Such yes, I'm sorry. Yes, obviously them, but it is such a miscarriage of justice.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just keeps getting worse
and worse
and worse and worse.
I do see why you didn't want me to tell you this case now. I'm so sorry. I bought you pizza.
You did.
There's pizza out there.
Very good. And wings.
Can you eat more and forgive me?
I've lost my appetite, obviously.
So hey, let's jump right back in. That's when John Rosen became Paul's attorney. John was actually known as Mr. Murder because of the type of client.
Red flag, guilty, withholding evidence, all of it. Again,
he's like the O.J. Simpson lawyers. Like, he's good at defending pieces of shit.
Right.
I'm no expert, clearly, but why even waste money on this case? They have DNA, they have witnesses, they have videos. It's like,
yeah, is this guy taking it? Is Mr. Murder taking it for pro bono? Is Paul Bernardo got money? Like, this to me seems like
it's a very high profile case.
Oh, okay, so there you go.
I mean, we're mentioning his name in 2025.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, hopefully he's got like bloody stools at this point, or is dead. But yeah, it seems like something that was pretty much served up to the, prosecution on a silver platter. One of the videos that apparently got to the jury that didn't have the, the gore or the torture was one that they called the fireside chat tape. This was a video that really showed Karla's character. In the video, the couple sat fireside and Karla was wearing Tammy's clothing, talking in Tammy's voice, and even wearing her hair tie and, just emulating her sister. Like after she was dead. Karla was all smiles and giggles on the tape. She very much looked like a willing participant in the sick role, and this was only weeks after her sister had died.
Jesus.
Paul took the stand at his own trial, and with questions like, did you kill Leslie? He answered, no, I didn't, Karla did. And when the same question about Kristen, Paul repeated the exact same answer verbatim. When Karla took the stand, Paul's defense attorney, John Rosen, tore the hell out of her and everything she was saying. On August 31st of 1995, this was the day the jury deliberated on Paul's case. And the verdict was that Paul was found guilty on all 9 counts. He was charged with, and 2 of which were first-degree murder. And then there was also the manslaughter of Tammy and a bunch of other sexual assault charges. Was
that the Scarborough rapist charges?
No, all related to the murders.
These 3.
Paul was sentenced to life behind bars with the possibility of parole in 25 years. And then I wrote in brackets, really, Canada?
I know.
Huh? But he was later declared a dangerous offender, which would make it much harder for him to ever see the light of day again.
Yeah, but you know what? They got this bullshit process that every couple of years he has to be reviewed.
And then the family has to be there.
And the headlines, but they have to send a letter. They have to relive it all.
I know. And her poor mother.
And the headlines are always so misleading. Like, Bernardo up for parole. And sure, while it's a consideration, he will never get out. And the fact that
I would love for him to get out. I would love for him to get out.
Yeah, really.
Just plow him down with my fucking car. Like, they if they ever get out, there should be no rights. Like, you have no right to privacy. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody should know where you are. You need to have Facebook, Instagram, and you need to put all of your numbers on there so we can find out what's going on. Do you want to be out? Sure. You can go and get Mary Brown's chicken, but I need your Facebook information and I need to be able to get a hold of you on the phone. And that needs to be your active phone number.
Yeah.
And then I'll kill you after a few glasses of wine one night.
You saw it. I saw it. You'll see it again in a week. His spot in the Kingston pen was not a great spot.
Oh my God, it's so insane. I'll take pictures of it.
Having said that, I don't think that's a bad, like a torturous life. Because you get a TV. Do you
remember their yard though? Like the little solitary confinement yard?
Yeah.
It's not a yard. It's like a triangle.
It's like a triangle. Yeah.
And then they have barbed wire above it because they explain that outside people would try to throw dead birds with contraband in it to, like, their people on the inside. And so they didn't want these guys so they have barbed wire above them now. But it's 1/8 of this studio.
Yeah.
Which is extremely small.
I think that.
And they didn't have Lego.
I think that it's a more cushy existence
than he deserves.
Yes. Yeah. I believe that that it should be a general population thing. And I think that we should just turn our heads for a little bit and let the animals sort themselves out.
Let the trash take itself out. Yeah, they would be cleaning up a lot of different limbs, though. His appendages would be everywhere, I think, if they just let him into Gen Pop.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, regarding also Jane Doe, Karla had a, just a Karla being a silly, goofy little girl.
I'm sorry, Jane Doe, was she on the tape and we didn't know?
She is on the tape, yes.
Yeah.
But
was she the one that was informed?
So she knows, yes. She's the...
Yeah.
So on the tape, we have Tammy, Kristen, Leslie, and then Jane Doe. So,
right.
So Karla had a silly moment where she just, omitted that entire story. Like, she was like, oh my God, I forgot that we horribly assaulted this entire other human being. So, that kind of falls into a lie.
Yeah, you could also maybe charge her with that.
And, clearly, once they saw the tapes, they could see that she had more to do with these crimes than she originally stated.
Yeah.
She very likely had something to do with the direct death of at least Kristen French.
You went down on your sister.
Which
is on tape, and that's a crime, because you're gross.
But they still didn't revoke her deal.
Who are these people?
I don't know.
Who are they?
I literally...
Let's get... Would you do me a solid?
And research who the people were that made the deal.
Could we announce
their
names on the next episode, please?
Imagine.
Yes, I would love that. I would like to know what they are doing now.
So they did decide to honor the deal because they thought it would make them look untrustworthy to future informers who wanted to tell a crime and wanted to make a deal. If they just tore away her deal, then people would, be... They didn't want people to be resistant coming forward.
I don't want people to be raped and murdered.
What?
Not
That's
all
a hot
people.
Take.
I mean, it doesn't sound it from this episode. I seem to be in favor of the murder of a lot of people so far.
Actually,
but normally I'm against it.
Yeah.
I'm so done and I have zero sympathies.
I know.
I feel that this is like the most notorious, and it's just everybody.
And it's Canadian, which sucks.
I know. I know, America, you guys have so much. You guys are so lucky.
They have a huge population.
You guys are so lucky. You have so many true crimes. We only have like 3.
In May of 2005, an article came, it was published in the Toronto Sun, in which Jane Doe had been interviewed. And in it, she states that she was never, ever consulted regarding Karla's plea deal. And she absolutely opposed it. She also finds that it adds insult to injury that Karla was able to obtain a degree in psychology from Queen's University whilst behind bars.
I'm sure that Queens didn't know about that, but you Golden Gales.
I just don't can you imagine there's so many people at Queen's University too, people are struggling to go.
Oh no, this is like an easy correspondence thing. I'm sure that it's you get a tax credit from the government if you offer.
Yeah, but she has a psychology degree now.
Yeah, because they're fucking assholes. Everybody involved. You should all be ashamed of yourselves.
So apparently she's well educated, which is great for her. Karla did not even have to register as a sex offender. That
alone is why she's a monster. If you become a psychologist, you study anything about emotions, and you don't kill yourself after this. You don't living with
Great
that.
Point.
When you discover actions and trauma, and you
just
realize,
thinking about even what you did to your parents.
Yeah.
What you put your parents through.
And you can have a day where you're not contemplating just ending it. You're a monster.
How are you not giving yourself 5,000 paper cuts in the eyeball all the time because that's what you deserve?
Yeah.
She didn't have to register as a sex offender. She was just free to go about her thing. She mastered the French language. She moved to Quebec. She married the brother of her defense attorney. His name is Thierry Bordelaz, and they have 3 children of their own. Oh, and Karla would register as a volunteer at her children's school until her past was outed and her true identity became known in 2014.
Yeah.
And on December 5th of 1995, so going back a bit, a construction company donated their time and machines and tore down the Bernardo Holmolka house of
Do you know why? Do you have it there?
Why?
Because people were stealing part of the house as like a memento, like a souvenir.
Really?
Yeah, bricks were being taken, and they cleared it. It was almost overnight.
I said the home was still filled with clothing, furniture, which was all taken to an undisclosed location and burnt.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty cool that a construction company was like, you know what, we'll take this to the ground,
and removed it.
Yeah.
Like it was like one day it was there and the next day it was gone. It wasn't like, okay, took the foundation.
It was literally like some guy owned a construction company and was like, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I don't want to look at this house.
Yeah. It's this pink house.
Souvenirs.
So in my script here, it says, one thing I did leave out now is that Paul Bernardo, along with being a monster, a pedophile, a cigarette smuggler, and an all-around piece of garbage.
Cigarette smuggler.
He was also an aspiring rap star.
Oh, I vaguely recall something like this.
I would like to read to you a snippet of his lyrics to see, what a banger these are. Mm-hmm. Okay, get ready.
Mm-hmm.
Life, man, you think I'm innocent, but behind this, I'm packing a lot of deadliness. So come at me, man. Take your best shot. See what happens to you, pal. You're out of here, man. You come at me, your beer pot belly, you think you're really tough, man. I'm back with my B-boy hate, looking like I'm 13 years old. I'll kick your ass and low and fucking head off. I'll kill your parents. I'll come after, shoot your girlfriend and shoot your sister, man. I'll fuck your sister. I'll fuck your girlfriend. I'll shoot the rest of you. I'm the solo creep. Sleep.
I definitely could see him raping and killing the women, but the family, the dad, I think this guy's a real pussy. I don't see him.
The fact that he acknowledges the fact that he looks like a 13-year-old boy.
When is this? Is this when he's in jail?
You can look up this video on YouTube.
What is this before he's
before? Yeah. Before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He thought he was like, I'm either gonna become the world's like most notorious killer in Canada, or the next Eminem.
Fuck.
Turns out he was literally he had no talent.
Wow.
Yeah, so that didn't work out. I could keep going if you want.
Where is he? Yeah, where is he now?
I think he's in Melhaven.
He is in Melhaven, eh?
He was definitely in Kingston for a while there.
Yeah.
They were like, we can't tell you who was in there. I was like, oh, Bernardo. She's like,
yeah, they're like, we can't tell you which. So when they first opened those tours,
he wrote Paul was here on his wall.
Allegedly, when the tours first opened, they would answer those. That wasn't like an
correct.
off.
Yeah.
So people were like, oh, he's in this room here.
Would they answer them when you were there? Because you went way before I did.
No, but I mean, there's only 4 solitaire cells, and him and
it's Russell Williams for sure.
Yeah. And then one was probably always open.
No, I think it was probably that. Remember we covered that case where the dad did the honor killings?
Yes.
I think that was probably that dude.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Very high profile.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean,
is that murder? It's like a murder. Is that what murderer's row means?
What?
You know when you say like a murderer's row? That's what that is.
It's beautiful, really.
Oh, I might have a scam call.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, let's see if we can put this on speaker. Hello? Oh, I'm going to hit this thing to record.
This call will be recorded.
Oh.
See, now they don't know. See, now it's in there. I'm recording it, and they can't hear it.
But the problem is, you got to watch out for your voice, though. Because sometimes they can take, like, the yeah and use it to, like...
Hola. ¿Cómo está?
Mis amigos.
They're
going to scam you and make you wait?
I know.
Get the fuck off that call.
All right.
Listen.
Done.
If I'm going to give you my banking information, it's going to be
on
right now.
I do. You know what I do, though? Maybe for the next... Maybe I'll put... You know what? I'll put some on Patreon. I have a couple of scam calls.
You giving scammers your monies?
No, where they're like... so I try to get them to repeat the email. So like, what's your email address? I'm like, oh, okay. It's M-Y.
You just give them mine.
I go, M-Y. And they're like, yes. And I'm like, MOMISAWHORE at, so it's my mom's a whore. And then so like, could you repeat that? I'm like, sir, I'm spelling it out for you. I cannot make it any more clear. He's like, please hold.
You should be like, just like Jerry Seinfeld on that episode. Just be like, I'm so into this. Can I just give you a call back at home? Give me your number. I'm going to give you a call.
Like,
we don't accept calls at home. Well, now you know how I feel.
Like, what's your cell phone? They're like, is your cell phone bill expensive? And I'm like, yeah, it's usually like, is your mom like a stupid whore? Like $50. But then also I'll do you think your mom shaves her bush?
When I worked at the collection agency, we had like words that we would try to like shazbutt, just like randomly put into a conversation without the person knowing. Like just like, yeah, like, what
yo,
those
yo,
do
these,
for someone to shazbutt and they're like
I got one.
Well, that was a fun way to end off this horrific case. Well, that, it hit a few.
They don't get much more heinous.
She was on the PTA for her kids' school.
Yeah, she was working like the schoolyard. Like would do recess duty.
Imagine if
you're a mother of a kid on that school?
Oh my God. I can't even fathom what would go through my head. I would burn that fucking building to the ground. I feel like I might literally burn that building to the ground.
And she, I believe, the last I heard.
And she's like, everybody just leave me alone.
She's in like the Cayman Islands or Turks or Bahamas or one of those.
Something fun.
Yeah.
She deserves it. She needs to take a few.
And that's why I don't really think karma is real sometimes, all the time.
I mean, we haven't seen the end of her days, right? Maybe she has bloody stools.
But then even if the rest of your days are shit, you still had like a good 20 years after.
Yeah, well, we don't really know what's going on in her personal life. I mean, she decided to take up the PTA as pastime, so that
you know what lawyer's brother does?
I don't know. Hopefully fucking punches her in the head every
all
day.
Right, so next week, well, I'm naming names.
Yeah. Next week, our episode's just on people who gave Karla Holmolka the steal and helped her after the fact.
I've also been getting, which I'm thankful for, listener suggestions from our Patreon members for deepish dives.
I love that.
So I've got 2 kind of ready to go.
I'm very excited. I love your deepish dives so much.
Oh, thank you.
They're so good.
Thank you. So I'll be doing those and then I'll also be giving credit. And if you are a Patreon member and you are not on our Facebook page, please look for us because that's how people get in touch with us.
That makes the most sense. I think you have a few more patrons that you need to thank too before we close off this episode.
Oh, dude, I didn't even open up my little thing here. OMG, I am so sorry. Jessica Carver.
Oh, the best of the Carvers.
My apologies. We've got Nikki Linello. I like that name.
Me too.
These are people, by the way, who sign up for our Patreon.
We're thanking
them. You get some bonus episodes.
And they're part of our Facebook group right now, which is so much fun.
MRB.
MRB.
I like that. Is that like
Major League Baseball?
NPH? Mish Rosenberg.
Yep.
Would that be Michelle? Mishi?
Yeah,
M-I-C-H-E? Mish?
I think so.
And Jennifer H. I choose to believe that, obviously, would be Jennifer Hudson.
What if it's Michelangelo?
Oh, yeah. The Ninja Turtle?
Like the standard spelling, though.
Is it Jennifer Hudson? Who does the talk show where you got to walk through everybody clapping?
Ellen?
The Spirit Tunnel? I think it's Jennifer Hudson.
Maybe.
It is the biggest. Could you just Google Spirit Tunnel?
I can't. We're recording with my phone.
Oh, never mind then. It will never happen. Wait, what's the date today?
The 21st.
All right.
The day before Zach Hansen's birthday. We've already done this.
Oh, 22nd tomorrow? Already? Where is the time going? All right. Let's go Blue Jays, by the way.
Yeah, and also happy 39th to Zach Hansen. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking it out this long.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.